You're recording.
Hi, I'm J.P. Osterman, author of Cosmic Rift, and today I would like to read to you Chapter 2, Training on Mars. He was 18 in 2362, making extra money for college as a tour guide. That calm, dry, cold day with its burnt orange terrain and murky salmon-colored sky was the same as any other day above Victoria Crater City, his home. After he and the 25 tourists ate a big breakfast, he dispensed the most contemporary body contouring suits to everyone on the tour. But wanting to impress a few girls, he donned one of the older, hulking styles that made him look strong and feel strong. Its downside were the outdated built-in boots that caused a drag in the sand and made it hard to move against the wind. Tripping on Mars was equivalent to jumping, so he'd have to watch every step, and their steps, while also making sure he didn't stumble on a slab and make a fool of himself. Consulting the Surface Patrol on atmospheric conditions, he learned the day would be normal, but the weather could change. Some crew members on the Space Station 7 showed storms at several locations, but nothing threatening around Victoria Crater City. Surface Patrol and those in orbit monitoring the storm believed conditions were conducive for a good surface walk. He began the tour with a portable spectrograph and test kits. He made sure they got the most out of their experiences by having them experiment with gravity first. Weight is different on Mars, and they discovered the variance by jumping, running, bouncing, and rolling on a special section designed for experimentation and fun. They also used soil test kits to investigate the sticky static dust, shimmering diamond dust, red rocks, and dull red slabs that ancient water flows had carved into the surface of the red planet. They were also there to learn, return to Earth, and reiterate their experiences to other prospective colonists. Noon on Mars is frostbite cold, even at Victoria Crater, 2 degrees south of the equator from where the old Opportunity once transmitted data. Radiation is a constant danger, and shelter is the most important, then water, and then food. The new fabrics and orbital shields were radiation repellents, and they had plenty of built-in water canisters to last them 2 days. By 12:30 p.m., they were at the middle of the crater, protected by tall cliffs. Dotting all around them like giant potholes were thick, shiny plexiglass skylights, filtering sun to Victoria Cavern City, and moving walkways, cranes, robotic vehicles, and retractable shields to shelter the several entryways beneath the towering cliffs. Besides conducting tests with them, he had spent the morning describing the motion of the sun, the cliff-dwelling history of Victoria Crater City, and a few other Martian landscapes. Suddenly, Surface Patrol hailed him on his wrist device. A 10-mile-high windstorm with diamond dust intensity was forming 10 miles from them, but not dangerous since it had an easterly trajectory. They directed him to head back to Patera Entrance 1 just in case the storm might evolve to something fierce. Saturn, Jupiter, and asteroids in the asteroid belt were also threats since their orbit could affect gravity on Mars as well. 10 minutes later, after they packed up, the storm had formed into a titan, changed course 180 degrees, and was heading straight toward them. Now they had to run. 200 feet in front of the entrance, with 10 people charging toward the steel doors, the moving walkway snapped. The wheels and dirt claws locked in ear-piercing grinding sounds. Tourists were tripping, flailing, and shrieking through unfamiliar dirt and sticky sand. 2 men began tumbling out of control until they managed to clench robotic arms and claw their way back to the group. He had to keep them calm and focused as his heartbeat thumped in his dry throat. "Grab hands! Hold on! Dig your feet in the dirt!" he kept ordering. When they all organized into a line, he began directing them toward the entrance. "Hold on tight to the person next to you, behind you, in front of you, and run! Go!" Inside the 20-foot airlock, partially closed in the distance, people were coaching them forward while he remained last in line, the responsible one who was concerned about the visitors who put their faith in his abilities and trusted him. They were just there on a 1-month summer tour to visit Mars before committing to join a colony, acquire a job after graduation, or attend one of the 3 universities. Elderly people had bartered with their families to change spots with them because they yearned to return to Earth to live out their final days of life. When the girl in front of him jumped inside the entrance, he was still far behind and believed he might not live through the fine dust scratching his visor and suit. If he hadn't had on this bulkier model, he wouldn't have survived thus far. Almost out of breath, he launched a ripcord, and 2 men at the semi-closed airlock caught his mini parachute. They were reeling him in with powerful arms and marlin stamina, while the forceful gales yanked him backwards. But after the men tugged hard again, with gravity on his side, he launched through the air, struck the cement with a thud, and the steel doors slammed just in time before the storm's event horizon could shred him to bits. Bottom line, Steve Strunk's early experiences had taught him vital lessons. To survive off Earth, he must be so prepared and motivated to face any challenge and believe so strongly in the mission to colonize planets that he would refuse to quit no matter what. As a mission commander, he had to have loyalty to ISS and its crew, an unbelievable sense of self-confidence, determination, and self-discipline, all leading to an unstoppable sense of tenacity and stick-to-itiveness. That's Steve Strunk. Thank you.